Okay.
Okay.
When you're ready.
Okay.
You didn't write an intro.
No, I didn't. It also still says Jake on there, so...
Well, I am Jake, aren't I?
Are you?
I had a sex change. That's why I went to London.
I see.
I went to Harley Street. Can you turn me into Jake,
I did
please?
see you yesterday, and I thought you've gotten taller, I'm sure. Hello, and welcome back to the Daily Weekly Podcast. And once again, I'm joined by Rachel. There was a moment of pause there as I forgot my words. But
because the script says Jake, and quite clearly, I am not.
No. Don't let them know we don't use a script. You think, what?
What do we make this all up ourselves?
So yes, we're back again with another episode this week. This time, actors who fell in love on set. And we're in our ever-changing podcast setup. It might vary week to week as we continue on our journey to find the setup and equipment that works best. So...
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Yes.
So, yes, I'm really excited for this episode because there are so many couples that have got together, may not have lasted, but they have got together after meeting on set. And we were having a discussion, actually, about how it seems very like Hollywood romance. But then, if you think about it, in your own workplace, a lot of couples do get together in, like, normal workplaces as well. So...
Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah. And I gave Rachel a list of potential episodes that we could do, and this was one she wanted to do. I mean, it's a very interesting topic.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
There's just, like...
I mean, there are children that have been born from this list.
I know. And sometimes I think, like... I mean, celebrities, most of the time, only get with other celebrities, don't they?
Yeah, and I sort of wonder if that's like a publicity thing more than
to boost careers.
Yeah.
And then if there's anything else that comes with it as a bonus. You know?
Like the first on our list. Yeah, no, I totally get that. And it does tend to seem like a publicity stunt because they'll like sell their wedding, won't they? Like, do you remember Kim Kardashian sold her wedding?
Yeah.
And now they're divorced and like there's all the publicity around that. So, yeah. Good bit of publicity. You might even fall in love along the way.
Yeah, if you do, then you just got lucky, I guess.
Bonus.
Not part of the business plan you arranged, I'm sure.
So who is first on our list, Bradley?
First on our list, it's one of the most well-known Hollywood couples. I think one of the most genuine, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. I think everyone's a Ryan Reynolds fan, aren't they? I mean...
How can you not love him?
He's such a cool guy.
Cute. Like, I love him. Like, I would... If, obviously, we're significantly younger than him, not to be rude, but I would adopt him because I just think he's just so sweet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I didn't know, actually? I only found out the other day. I didn't realise he was married to Scarlett Johansson before.
He was.
Blake Lively.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they met on set somewhere, but Blake...
Oh, that's a story I didn't know. I should have researched that one.
But they met while filming Green Lantern in 2010. And since then, they started dating in late 2011. So they met in 2010, started dating in late 2011, 2012 they got married. It was a very quick turn of events. And as of now, as of our research, they have 2 daughters, James and Ines.
Yeah.
Very unique names, but what do you expect from Hollywood?
And I think, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but Green Lantern is one of the worst movies ever made.
Literally, and they still managed to like marry each other after it.
So it's like, I mean, Ryan Reynolds hates it. Like, that's one of his biggest regrets. But at least, you know, he met his wife.
Exactly. Like, you can't say it's a regret and then like get married to like your co-star.
But I feel that's such a Ryan Reynolds thing to say.
It was the biggest regret of my life.
Yeah.
Meeting my wife.
They have that fun banter.
I know.
And they're very public about it, but everyone knows that, like, that's just how they are.
I know, and they're just, like, so sweet. I think it's also really nice that they got married nearly 10 years ago, and they are still together, and they seem to be just as in love as they were when they first got together, which...
Yeah, and, I mean, spoiler alert, but out of all the couples on this list, they're the only one that are still together, I believe.
They are, aren't they? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing.
Starting off high... Working our way down. Oh dear. Do you actually know what the shortest celebrity marriage is?
I don't actually. Do you?
I've got some. I wonder if Elizabeth Taylor would be one.
Oh.
Or if... I know Kim Kardashian was married for like... Not long. Like a few days. But that's when you know you have too much money if you could throw it away on a marriage that last month. Maybe it's Khloe Kardashian, actually. Anyway, one of the Kardashians.
Seems like something they would do.
Seems like something they would do, you know. Okay, on to our next one. We have Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, formerly known as Brangelina.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they were like the big couple in the noughties.
They were.
Yeah. Like seriously.
It was such a big thing. Everyone was always going on about them.
Yeah, so they met in 2004 while filming Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and they got together very quickly.
They did.
Brad Pitt was still with Jennifer Aniston at the time, who we will come back to mention later.
Mm-hmm.
And then after they got divorced in 2005, Brad adopted Angelina's children. As you may or may not know, she's quite infamous for adopting children and as well as having her own. So yeah, wasted no time there really. But unfortunately, well, they got married in...
Yeah, I didn't realise they got married so late.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, isn't it, actually? Because they married in 2014 and then divorced 2 years later.
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
Did they just like say their vows and think, actually, you're a bit naff?
Maybe. I mean, like some couples, like they get engaged for like years, like decades before they ever get married.
I don't get that.
I don't get that.
Like, if you're gonna marry someone, surely you're just gonna like marry them, not be engaged to them. Like, what's the point? Like, that's my views on marriage.
I don't know. I think if like to be engaged with someone, like you'd be engaged for maybe around a year, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the average? What's the correct term? The amount of time?
I don't know. I have got like my dad's cousin has literally been engaged since like 2012.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, get married.
Just get married.
I just want to go to another wedding. I just want to go to a wedding. Come on, guys.
Why are you engaged for so long? You shouldn't have done it yet.
How long was my mum engaged for? My mum got engaged... I think my mum was engaged for less than a year.
I think mine was engaged for around a year. I'm not too sure.
Just like get on with it, you know?
Yeah.
Just get on.
Like, what? I don't know. That's like a topic for a whole other podcast.
I know.
Marriages, engagements.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, they weren't married for very long.
But they were together a long time.
They were together for a long
time. Which is
time.
the point of our conversation.
Yes.
But yeah, so, and I think it's quite hard actually because he did adopt her children, and they had their own children, and I presume they adopted together as well. So that must be really hard because they have got like 6, 7, 8 children. Like, yeah, and I know that when you adopt children, like you have to like be like solid. Like they can't, you can, but it's a bit frowned upon if you divorce after adopting. So yeah, that can't be easy.
I think I don't even know if they've finalised their divorce yet. I think it's very complicated back and forth between the two.
How much do you reckon they're paying in child?
Dear.
What's it called? Like child welfare? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably a lot.
I'd love to be their kids. Anyway.
But yeah, you know, some people, again, we're going to get onto Jennifer Aniston in a minute, but some people wish for Brad Pitt to get back with Jennifer. I mean, they were the original. And
they were, yeah.
But if I was Jennifer, I don't know how I'd feel about getting back with an ex who met their next partner while I was with...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like, I don't know how to word it, but it's like they found something better, and then when they realise actually they're not that great, they're going to come back to you. It's like, no, I'm not your second choice.
Yeah, you can't be with me and then go see what that's like, then come back.
I know, it's... No.
No, I mean... I kind of know what that's like. But anyway, back to the next one.
Don't do that.
On to Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Yes.
So Jennifer Aniston is... I think all of her relationships are quite well publicised.
Yeah, and I don't think... Have they been particularly long? I don't think they have.
She hasn't got children.
No.
I think she was married to Justin Theroux.
Yeah, I think he might have been her longest relationship, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. How long was she with Brad Pitt, actually? 'Cause that must have been quite a while, I think.
Well, this relationship wasn't very long at all.
No.
So, Jennifer Aniston met Vince Vaughn after Brad Pitt ditched her for Angelina. And they started dating when they filmed The Breakup together, ironic, in 2005. But only a year later they broke up themselves. So I feel like it is one of those Hollywood romance.
Probably like a maybe a rebound thing. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if she's recently single and then you meet the guy on a romantic comedy film, there might be that kind of.
Vince Vaughn at that time was like massive, wasn't he?
For, like, he was in all the movies and stuff.
Relatively good looking. Yeah, I can see why you're saying rebound.
It could have been. I don't know, but it didn't last for very long. So
no, it seems like the flame died.
Yeah,
which is sad. I do feel really sorry for Jennifer Aniston because I feel like she's sort of, she's older than our parents and she's never really settled down. And I just feel like, I'm sure you're lovely. Yeah. But that brings us on to some current affairs.
Yeah.
There are rumours. When this goes out, it might be confirmed.
Or it could be denied. But at the time of recording...
I'm thinking, hopefully, at the time of recording, it is rumoured that Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer are dating.
Yeah.
Rachel and Ross.
Yeah, because they revealed on the Friends reunion that, like, they had feelings for each other way back in the day, didn't they? But, like, they were always with, someone else and, like, they didn't want to cheat, obviously. Good for them for not doing that.
Yeah.
But
better than Brad.
Sorry. Brad Pitt.
Yeah, sorry. I just realised you got the same name. Like, that took a while to load then.
Yeah, just for clarification.
Better than you. Jesus. What are you doing cheating on Jennifer Aniston,
I know.
You just can't help yourself.
No. But, yeah, so, and then, like, they said that, they had feelings for each other and...
Yeah, I think that is so... I just think it's really sweet.
From my experience, like, you could kind of guess David had feelings for her, but I don't think David knew she had feelings for him.
Oh,
like, I kind of got that vibe. So, like, when she said, it was mutual, basically. I was like,
I feel like he was like, I'm going to take my chance. Come on, Jennifer.
It might be 20 years, but that's fine.
But I think that's quite sweet as well because I feel like because they were obviously in their mid-20s when they filmed it, we're in our early 20s, so I feel like it's quite, I don't know, I feel like people expect you to get together with your like lifelong partner in your early to mid-20s and then live your happily ever after, but they kind of prove that actually you can go away, have a couple of decades to do what you do and then come back together again. And I just think that's really it gives me hope.
And that kind of goes on to one that isn't on this list, but I'll just mention quickly anyway. But Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, who were together early 2000s, split up. They've each had different partners since then, and they're dating again now.
I know. I don't know. But then at the same time, not exactly Jennifer Lopez, and not exactly Jennifer Aniston. Am I like?
Well, it just. Give it 20 years, it'll come back round again.
Hopefully all that Botox will work.
Yeah.
Okay, so on to one of my favourites on this list, because I'm a Spider-Man lover.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Spider-Man's my favourite.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you not know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Who's your favourite Marvel?
I don't know.
Oh, right, I'll ask you in about 2 hours. So Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield fell in love while filming The Amazing Spider-Man, in which Andrew played Spider-Man, or Peter Parker, and Emma played his girlfriend Gwen Stacy. And then, they were just... So when did that film come out? Like 2014?
I think the first one came out in 2012. The second one came out in 2014.
Yeah, so... Yeah, did they get together in 2012? You researched?
Yes. Yeah, it was kind of on and off thing.
On and off thing. Hollywood romance.
A Hollywood romance, on and off for over a few years,
I suppose it's hard as well, because he's British, she's American, like, the distance must have been, just trying to get into their headspace. But they did end up breaking up for good in 2015, after 4 years of dating, on and off.
Yeah.
He wasn't my favourite Spider-Man, but I'm quite glad that came out of it, because they were really cute together.
Yeah.
Yeah? Not feeling it?
No, I think they had that believable nature even on screen. So then,
because they were shagging behind things. That's why.
Yeah, it all goes round. It all plays in part, doesn't it? I guess.
Yeah. But it's not uncommon, is it, for the protagonist and the love interest to? It's very rare that you have like, what's a film?
Yeah, I mean, because that's pretty much what happened with all these other ones we mentioned. Like they met on set because they played lovers.
I wonder
some
if
way.
they didn't play lovers.
Yeah,
whether they would have still.
If they played enemies. Oh, that would just be even.
Oh my god, what if it was like... Hang on, I'm trying to think of one. Like where there's like a boy and a girl enemy. Are there any?
I mean, I'm sure there are.
I'm trying so hard to think.
Okay, what if one of them...
What if, like, the actress who plays Wonder Woman and the actor who plays Robin got together?
Yeah.
That would be a weird mix,
That
wouldn't
would
it?
be a weird mix. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you can continue.
So yeah, on to the next one on our list, Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens. I think this was, like, especially...
Our generation,
you know, when we were kids... I think every girl had a crush on Zac Efron, and probably every boy had a crush on Vanessa, you know?
Still do. Still holding on.
Yeah.
I think he's aged really well, though.
I think so. He's a good-looking guy.
He is
if I could look like anyone, it would be him.
Would it?
Really? Well, he'd be up there, yeah. He'd be my...
He'd be in your
If
domain.
I could, who could I look like? He'd be up there, yeah.
If I could get plastic surgery.
Make me look like Zac Efron.
So, yeah, this film came out when we were like 5.
Yeah.
Like, we were in
long
like
time
year
ago.
R. Yeah, we were really
I
little.
remember everyone talking, like, and even then, it's like, I think our generation was, I mean, it was like for teenagers, but like, we were kids, so I think it has that.
Yeah, I don't know why we watched it when we were so young. It's probably
Yeah.
really, like, not appropriate. Well, it is appropriate, obviously, but, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
But I don't think we were the intent, like, we were a bit young for the intended audience,
Yeah.
but it's mostly our generation that like, enjoy it.
yeah, I mean, I remember when it came out and, like, begging my mum to add Disney Channel to our
Yeah. Come on, Disney Channel,
subscriptions
gotta
thing.
watch it.
Yeah, no, she did it. She let me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they obviously played Troy Bolton and Gabriella Montez. I had the dolls as well.
You had the dolls.
I had the dolls. I had the dolls from the first film and the dolls from the second film.
Ooh, I did
So
not.
I had the different generations.
No, I didn't have any of those.
Missing out. And then
sure
I
I
cut
did.
all of his hair off because I was so angry that he chose Sharpay in one scene. So I cut all his hair off. Oh, I wish I was
He
joking.
should have stayed with Sharpay. This is a controversial opinion.
Whoa, are you being... Is this a genuine conspiracy theory here?
I thought they were good together.
Yeah, but she was a brat.
Yeah, I know, but as a kid, I had more of a crush on her than Gabriella.
You're more of a blonde than a brunette kind of guy.
So I was like, go on, man, go get her.
Go on, you get her. They did date for 5 years. I felt like it was longer than that at the time, but they did eventually break up in 2010. Yeah, and they've obviously had quite highly try that one again. They did have quite a highly publicised relationship since, I feel like. And, you know, they're still relatively young. They were like 17, 18 when they did High School Musical. So now they're only in their early 30s.
Oh, that's crazy to think.
I know. They were like younger than us.
Yeah.
And everyone fancied them.
That's strange.
But yeah, so, yeah, big fan of High School Musical.
I don't think I've actually seen all of the third one.
I went to the cinema to see
Yeah, because that was big. Like they knew the attention was getting more and more of each one. They're like, it's going to the cinema.
My mum
It's a big
took
event.
me on a Friday evening. It was a cold Friday evening, and the first scene is of Troy Bolton like getting really hot and sweaty while playing basketball.
I've seen the beginning.
You've seen that
That's
bit.
it. Oh,
Just only bit I watched. But no, even my mum was like, "Oh."
and that was one of the films like in a big stack. And yeah,
Do you know what my son would love? High School Musical.
it was just he was just giving them I don't know, he was just giving them away. It was like it was a stack of 50, like literally
DVDs?
DVD films like from I can't remember whatever year it was.
2005, 2006.
Yeah, like throughout those years,
Yeah.
like did you just like hey? Do you
I
want
feel like you're gonna get arrested when this goes out.
No. I was a
It's
kid.
what it is.
I don't know anything.
Kids of today won't understand piracy though.
No, piracy is wrong. We don't condone it.
No, but it's so crazy. Oh my god, what did I have? I had a video on videotape. I had the Iron Giant and you know how they used to have like ads on it.
Yeah.
Like before the film. So one of the adverts on it was the piracy is a crime, and it was the guy with the poker in the fire.
Yeah, the whole
was
piracy
weird.
adverts used to be on the films all the time.
I
back in
know.
the day.
And the hedgehog crossing the road.
Yeah, like you wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't
King
break
of
it.
the road. Honestly, what a throwback.
Yeah.
I wish I could still watch my VCRs just to watch the adverts.
Crazy.
Because the adverts on it were just iconic. Okay, and then on to our final one.
Which I have teased previously, kind of. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner, not Jennifer Lopez.
He has a thing for Jennifers.
He does, yeah. I think the two Jennifers out of all of Ben's relationships are like the two big ones, because Jennifer Garner's helped him a lot with all rehab stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, Jennifer Lopez seems to be his, like, love, I guess. I mean, that's the impression I get.
His one true love.
I feel like that. I like Ben Affleck. I'm a big fan of his, and I feel like, you know, I'm happy for the guy. He got back with his love.
Yeah.
But onto this one.
Onto the one that failed.
Onto the other Jennifer. Not confusing at all. Yeah, no, it's not Jennifer Aniston this time.
There's so many Jennifers, so many Brads. Like, what is going on here?
And obviously people called Ben and Jennifer Lopez Benifer. They reuse that term again for Ben and Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's not differentiate. Just call it Benifer too.
I know. I bet there are children out there called Benifer.
Benifer, there might be. It sounds like it could be a name.
It could be.
Benifer.
Like how? Imagine like a private school. Benifer, darling.
Yes, exactly. I'm sure that's the thing. So they met while filming the 2003 film Daredevil, but they didn't start dating properly until 2004 after the end of Benifer 1. So he just moved from one Jennifer to the other pretty quickly. They divorced in 2015 after 10 years of marriage, and they have 3 children together. But even after the divorce, they remained on good terms, and she's helped him a lot with his alcohol rehab and things like that.
I think that's really sweet.
Yeah, so like even when a relationship ends, if you can still get on with each other, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, especially if they have got children together, because that is like the hardest thing.
Definitely.
Isn't it? Oh,
yeah,
so we've actually got through that list quite well.
Quite well, yeah.
Yeah, so if you want any more parts of this, we have obviously, there are so many celebrities that have fallen in love or at least had a little cheeky fling on set that we can talk about.
Some I didn't even know about. So
well, here we are.
You always learn something new on the Daily
You learn
Weekly
something
podcast.
new every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you would like to see any more of this, let us know, and let us know what celebrity couple you followed, or
who you're a fan of, who are you rooting for? Is there any like you'd wish got back together? Just let us know.
Yeah. What do you think of Benifer 1?
Yeah.
1. The ones that are back together.
Back together.
Yeah. Let us know what you think of them. And any couples that you wish are still together now. I'm still going to say Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgins, but hey ho.
Yeah, that could have been.
That could have been.
Maybe it'd be like Benefit, and in 20 years, Zac and Vanessa will get back together.
Maybe.
Could happen.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Just have to stay tuned, and we'll update you as soon as we know.
We'll be there with that news.
We'll get the inside.
Even if this isn't a thing, when they get back together, we will reunite to bring you that exclusive update.
Why do you think we will reunite? We'll still be friends in 20 years.
I mean, the Daily Weekly. We'll come back to this house when I won't be living here in 20 years.
Just like knock on door, like, excuse me.
Can I film here?
We used to live here.
I just need to get this right. So, yeah, and if you've been watching us on the YouTube version, then thank you. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, then we do have a version on YouTube where you can actually see us. It's a video format.
You can see my quaver position just like this over the laptop.
And I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing right now. You can only see that on YouTube.
You can stop that now.
I'll stop that now. So, yeah, you can check that out. Why not? Subscribe to the Daily Weekly Podcast on YouTube and follow us on your podcast providers. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening. Tune in again next week where we'll have another amazing podcast episode, I am sure. Yes. I've been Rachel. You've been Bradley. We have indeed.
Yes. See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.